Okay, so in the last video, we looked at accountability, making sure that you got your timings right in your daily plan, how to build in your 10% growth across your three growth areas. And we're just going to continue on that planning and getting these 12-week plans done. So let's see what's next. Is it this one? Yeah. So we talked about accountability and having a place where people are encouraging and support you in what you're trying to achieve. And I mentioned that if you're a member of Profit Ladder VIP, you've got the forum, and we are really encouraging people to share their daily core actions at the beginning of the day and then check in at night with whether they got those done or not. And to do that on a Monday morning is actually to put in your weekly targets, because you really do need to break that down. So, what you're going to try and achieve within week 1, and then week 2 and week 3, and then everything you're going to do that day, the next day, the following day. And that's to help people celebrate success. Now, success doesn't necessarily mean a new client or a returning client. It is awesome if you get that, but success is actually just getting those core actions done. Because unless we share what those core actions are, we can skip out on them. This is the reason slimming clubs are so popular. Isn't whether they're effective or not, but it has that accountability factor to it. You can do a diet at home and lose weight, but if you don't step on the scales, or if you have a takeaway, and binge over a weekend, no one's going to know about it but you. You can avoid the scales, or you can stand on the scales and beat yourself up and eat more chocolate biscuits. Depends how you handle these things. The reason slimming clubs are so popular is because they give you something to aim at. You're going to check in with them on a Monday morning, so that Chinese that you had on a Saturday night is going to show up. And you don't want that. It's not just that you're in competition with people in the group, you're in competition with yourself. So, and people will then celebrate your success or support you if things have gone wrong. So that's why I mentioned in the previous video about accountability, getting into the forum, posting what you're going to do, your core actions, posting your success, so that you can be supported, and it's not just a private thing where you can skip out on it and no one will be any the wiser. Accountability partners are good for that as well, and we encourage people to pair up with an accountability partner so that you have more close contact and more kicking, if you like, to get stuff done. Obviously, if you keep in mind that we talked about having your goals, obviously we talk about writing your goals down. And the reason we do that is so that when you write something down, you're 65% more likely to achieve it anyway. So look at that for odds. But also, if you've gone through those questions on the previous video about what difference it will make if you achieve these goals, it keeps you focused on those core actions. It keeps you reminded as to why you're doing the grind, if you like, day in, day out. And you want to review those core actions and make sure you're taking them. And then with the support of the group as well, all of this is all great building blocks for your success, to keep you on track, to keep you on target, to keep you focused. It is incredibly difficult to motivate yourself to do something day in, day out, particularly if you get a knockback on a day. So these are building blocks to your success, and this is why you need these systems in place, apart from the fact they give you a realistic plan to work to as well, and not some dream goal that's never been written down that really you kind of fiddle about with and you don't focus hard on. And it is about focus, and it is about concentration. It's not about big stuff. It's doing the little stuff day in, day out that really makes the big difference. Now, you have to be able within this to handle that you will get imperfect actions, by which we mean that you may set 8 core actions that you need to do every day under those different titles. The marketing, the mundane marketing, the marketing core, the mundane stuff, and the mission. Well, the mission's weekly, but you may end up with 8 core actions, but you have to understand that if you don't achieve all 8, there's no point in throwing in the towel at that point and doing nothing. That is that whole idea that if you eat one chocolate biscuit, you're going to gain a stone in weight. It is ridiculous. It is silly. What you need to know at this point is if you have completely done your marketing audit, you've identified those weaknesses, you know what actions bring in the most income, you know the 3 areas of growth, and you've written a plan accordingly. You've got your core actions absolutely fine-tuned to bringing in and building on those 3 areas of growth. If you hit 85% of your core actions daily, you will hit your targets. You will hit your targets, 85%. So you don't need to get all OCD about being perfect or even having perfect stuff. I've mentioned before, these slides are not fancy. The reason they're not fancy isn't because I can't do it. I can. It's just quicker this way. It gets the information done and out there this way. Same with the recordings. If I need to stop because the dog's barking, I'm not going to go back and re-record the whole thing. I'm just going to hit record again. Imperfect action is better than no action. Yeah? Action breeds growth. Right, till next time. Bye.